My name is Charlotte Baker and I am standing for Association President. Well, my policies can be categorised really simply into three things, all right? I'm thinking about accommodation, communication and empowerment. So accommodation, we all need somewhere to live. We all need somewhere to live that we can afford and that's comfortable and that meets our expectations. So we need to start working with people, not against people. We need to start working with estate agents. They're all locally owned businesses. They're quite happy to work with students. Let's get them to coincide rent payments with student loans. Let's get them to be more flexible on leases. And let's work with the university and say, look, you know, we had so many returning students not get back into halls this time round. This is a problem and this is something that they need to address and we need to see them addressing that. So my next thing is communication. Very important, bit of a buzzword at the moment, communication. I've already spoken to people about revamping the website. It's possible, and the first thing I'll do as president is call our website providers and arrange a meeting to change it so that we can have a lovely base for all of our information. Everybody's talking about transparency, accountability. All these things are only ever achievable if we communicate properly, and the president is in charge of communication. So that's something I really want to prioritise, and making sure that you can get information in an accessible way. So not attachments to emails, but podcasts, regularly updated blogs, video links, that kind of thing. Things that other universities have been doing for years. We just need to catch up. My third thing is empowerment, all right? I'm all about giving the union back to the students. With union redevelopment, we have the perfect opportunity to do this. So we can have a second-hand bookstore that is run by students where you can take the books you don't need anymore, get a decent amount of money for them, and then they'll be sold on very cheaply so you can pick up new books too. Simple and effective solutions, that's what I'm about, improving the day-to-day lives of students and working on long-term goals too. But there's no use talking about redevelopment of the union for the students like me who are never going to be here to see it.
I'm Freddy Ffrench and I'm a fourth year studying modern history.
And what are you standing for?
I'm standing for Association President. My policies are really driven behind three messages. The first one is constructive relationships, so that's working with the other decision makers in town. The university court, for example, not that many people can name anyone in the university court apart from our principal. And also working with the town as well to make sure that we can progress issues together rather than digging trenches. The second thing that I'm really keen on bringing is a lot more transparency to the kind of decisions that are being made, who's making them, and then leading on from that, how we can get involved. A lot of great ideas came out at an accommodation debate the other day about how we can tackle bed spaces. And it'd be great if we could go forward with that constructively in some sort of innovation workshop or just really making people aware of what's going on. And then the final thing is collective leadership. And that basically means representing everybody's interests. I don't think any candidate will have the mandate to run policies just on who elected them in. But in fact, I would like to represent all 100%. For example, 40% of our students are international. I'm not an international student, so I'm looking forward to meeting more international students, finding out what matters to them.
I'm Tom MacArthur and I'm going for Association President. The main thing I want to improve is communication, which is difficult because everyone says that every year, but you know, there's obviously something to that because it comes up every year and then nothing ever really changes, and I think it's just really important to improve communication between the three bodies in the university: the students, their association and the university court. And so I think I can make that fun and just introduce some policies and some systems we can set up that can last for years. We should get SABs back on the radio, we should have minutes from the committee meetings online. The principal and the rector are perfectly happy to give information to the students. They need to know, how to go about it. And so I really want to improve that. I want to work on strategies that involve the students over the next few years with the union being redeveloped, and with the 600th anniversary fundraiser we've got lots of money coming in, and I think it's really important to make sure that the students have a say in what happens with that. And I really just want to get everyone involved and just bring back the fun and bring back the enthusiasm.
I'm Chloe Hill and I'm standing for Association President. My key policies this year are an affordable student experience, which basically is about making accommodation, both private and university, affordable and accessible to students. In particular this year we had a major problem with returning students getting into halls, and this is something that can be changed if we change the process of application for them. So instead of them being used as fill the gaps once we've got first years in, the university needs to accept that there needs to be a fixed number of returning student beds so they actually have somewhere to go. This will be the first year that students are paying £9 grand for their tuition fees, which has meant that the entire experience is substantially more expensive. the university's promised a scholarship programme, but nothing has happened yet, so I'll be making sure that they are held to account on this promise. Lastly, in recognition of how expensive it is to live in St Andrews, I'll be pledging 10% of my salary to a living bursary.
Well, my name is Vladimir, or Vlad. I'm running for the Student Association President position. My policies are outlined in the acronym VLAD, which is an accident considering my name. It's value, leadership, advocacy and diversity. It's value for the money, the time and the effort we put into the university. It's the leadership and communication, actually going out there and leading by example. It's the advocacy of the university and its students nationally and internationally. It's preserving and enhancing the diversity that we have within our university, which we are very much fortunate to have in terms of international students, in terms of political allegiances, in terms of personal preference. It's important to represent the voice of those who are underrepresented.
Well, I'm Brooke and I'm running for Association President. Well, I have 4 key policies, I think, and they closely correlate with the 600th anniversary. A lot of the other candidates have promised things, so they want to see a new pool or a 24-hour library, opening hours, or a new sound system. These are just a few examples of things that the other candidates want. And I want them too, but we have to have money in order to get these things. So I'm going to make it a priority to fundraise for improvements of our facilities, and also for accommodation, bursaries, and scholarships, because I think the tuition fee increases are very bad for the rest of UK students, and they need help to meet the gap.